There's a modern lie that's silently weakening you, and maybe you haven't realized it yet. They said you need to show interest, demonstrate availability, prove your worth all the time. They said the more you give, the more you'll be recognized. But politics, guided by reality, not ideals, shows the opposite. What is too abundant loses weight. Machiavelli already understood something few dare to admit. Better to be feared than loved isn't about literal fear. It's about not being easily replaceable. And what if I told you that the more you chase, the less you are desired? It seems counterintuitive, but decisions based on real human nature prove this daily. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild your presence in the game. Virtù and fortuna favor those who master their own needs. Calculated use of force can simply mean stopping the chase. Avoiding being hated remains strategic, but begging for space is self-sabotage. Constant adaptability means adjusting your posture until your absence weighs more than your presence. And today, you'll understand why being scarce isn't coldness, it's silent power. If something inside you awakened while listening, don't ignore that feeling. This channel isn't about videos, it's about memories. Remember who you were before the fear, before the exhaustion, before the silence. Each new video here is a different reflection of your own soul, an invitation to understand what the world never taught you. The power you seek outside has always been within you. If you feel that this journey speaks to what lives silently within you, sign up now, not to follow yet another creator, but to reconnect with something the world tried to make you forget. Because here, every word was made to heal, each reflection to awaken, and each video serves as a reminder you are not alone on the path back to yourself. Click on subscribe and turn the algorithm into a daily reminder of who you really are. He observes something curious. The person who needs the least controls the most. It seems unfair at first glance, but it's pure politics guided by reality, not ideals. Those who distribute attention like pamphlets at a traffic light lose their own value without realizing it. Machiavelli understood that what is abundant is treated as common, and the common is rarely respected. Better to be feared than loved may sound harsh, but here it means something simple. Don't be easily replaceable. When someone feels they can have you at any moment effortlessly, your psychological value plummets. And this applies to relationships, business, and even social media. If you respond immediately, always available, always validating, you become predictable. And excessive predictability breeds disinterest. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild your influence in the environment. Virtù and fortuna favor those who understand the game of emotional scarcity. Constant adaptability means adjusting your presence, not negating yourself. Decisions based on real human nature show that people value what demands energy. It's not about coldness, it's about positioning. Positioning begins when you realize that your attention is currency. He often gives a simple example. Imagine two people. One texts all the time, asks for opinions, validates every step. The other shows up purposefully, speaks when they have something relevant, and leaves before becoming predictable. Which one occupies more mental space? The answer hurts a little, but it's honest. Avoiding being hated isn't about becoming invisible, it's about knowing how to balance your presence. The appearance of virtue can be deceiving in the short term, but real value comes from well-managed scarcity. Your own loyal armies begin within you. Your emotional discipline is your first troop. Calculated use of force here means knowing when to speak and when to be silent. He advises something practical. Try not responding immediately, not as a game, but as a matter of priority. Invest your time in building something that increases your value. Learn negotiation by reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. Study human behavior, hone rare skills. When your schedule is full of purpose, you naturally become scarce, and legitimate scarcity is magnetic. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that those who are self-sufficient never beg, and those who never beg are rarely ignored. There's a huge difference between need and preference. Those who need something transmit anxiety. Those who prefer something transmit choice. Machiavelli spoke of virtù and fortuna as the ability to shape circumstances, not be shaped by them. When you desperately need validation, you surrender power. And power surrendered rarely returns intact. Better to be feared than loved, in this context, is to be respected for your own stance. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild your inner identity. He suggests a simple exercise. For 1 week, stop initiating contact with those who never initiate contact with you. Observe. Don't complain. Don't demand. Just observe. Decisions based on real human nature reveal who truly values your presence. Constant adaptability means adjusting your energy to where there is reciprocity. This is not arrogance, it's strategy. Avoiding being hated remains essential, but pleasing at any cost is self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is the beginning of irrelevance. He also warns about something subtle. When you are always available, you eliminate mystery, and mystery is psychological fuel. Calculated use of force can simply be well-applied silence. The appearance of virtue does not sustain value if there is neediness behind it. Your own loyal armies are not built by begging for attention, but by cultivating inner respect. Politics guided by reality, not by ideals, teaches that people test limits. If they encounter no resistance, they advance. And they advance until they consume everything you offer. The end justifies the means when the means is to establish clear limits. He recommends something practical. Have set times for responding to messages, for meetings, for social media. Whoever does not respect your limits does not respect you. Virtù and fortuna favor those who control their time. Constant adaptability is learning to say "not now" without guilt. Decisions based on real human nature show that those who value themselves teach others to value them. And this begins with small, daily decisions. Ultimately, the architecture of scarcity isn't manipulation, it's self-construction. It's about stopping giving yourself entirely before someone deserves it. Better to be feared than loved isn't about literal fear, it's about not being trivial. Avoiding being hated is about acting with elegance, not contempt. Machiavelli didn't advocate gratuitous cruelty, but a deep understanding of human dynamics. The end justifies the means when the means is preserving your identity. Virtù and fortuna walk hand in hand with those who master their own needs. Their own loyal armies are their non-negotiable principles. Calculated use of force is choosing where to invest emotion. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, reveals that those who are self-sufficient naturally attract others. Constant adaptability allows you to adjust your posture without losing your essence. Decisions based on real human nature show that scarcity generates value, and when someone realizes they don't have total access to you, something changes, because the human brain is restless in the face of what is incomplete. And perhaps that's where the game deepens. He learned something few have the courage to apply. Revealing everything is surrendering the map of your inner self. And whoever surrenders the map too early loses territory. Machiavelli deeply understood that information is power, and poorly distributed power weakens. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, shows that the human brain hates gaps. The so-called Zeigarnik effect proves this. What is not completed remains in the mind. Better to be feared than loved here translates to something more subtle. Better to be indecipherable than totally predictable. When you expose every plan, every emotion, every insecurity, you eliminate psychological tension. And without tension, there is no curiosity. The end justifies the means when the means are to protect your strategy. Virtù and fortuna favor those who understand that mystery is not a lie, it's editing. Calculated use of force can simply be choosing what not to say. Your own loyal armies begin with verbal self-control. Constant adaptability is knowing how to adjust the level of revelation according to the environment. Decisions based on real human nature show that people value what they need to decipher, and what cannot be fully read occupies permanent space. He often gives a simple, almost banal example. Imagine someone who announces all their projects before executing them. Every step is announced, every goal is revealed. What happens? The tension disappears. Now imagine someone who acts silently, improves their physical fitness, learns a new skill, changes their social circle, and only appears when they are already different. The impact is incomparable. The appearance of virtue may be performative, but silent transformation is undeniable. Avoiding being hated remains essential. It's not about arrogance, it's about strategic presence. Machiavelli spoke about controlling perceptions, not uncontrolled emotions. Politics, guided by reality, not by ideals, teaches that excessive exposure leads to trivialization. The end justifies the means when the means are to preserve surprise. Virtù and fortuna walk with those who build before announcing. He suggests something practical. Stop sharing goals excessively. Work for 90 days on something without announcing it. Study investments, learn public speaking, develop a rare skill. Then, let the result speak for itself. Decisions based on real human nature show that the unexpected creates a lasting impact. There's also an emotional component to all of this. When you reveal too much, you seek premature validation. And premature validation is cheap pleasure. Calculated use of force here means withholding the need for immediate applause. Your own loyal armies mean enough internal discipline not to depend on external approval. Constant adaptability means perceiving when speaking strengthens and when it weakens. Better to be feared than loved may sound extreme, but think of it this way: it's better to be respected for silence than ignored for excessive talking. He advises an interesting exercise. In conversations, answer less than expected. Don't be evasive, but don't give everything away. Observe how people start asking more questions. Machiavelli understood that whoever controls the flow of information controls the pace of interaction. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, shows that mystery generates sustained attention. The end justifies the means when the means is to protect your energy. Virtù and fortuna favor those who know how to moderate revelation. Decisions based on real human nature confirm that incompleteness is magnetic. But beware, mystery is not cheap manipulation. It's not about disappearing to provoke, nor using silence as a childish weapon. An appearance of virtue does not sustain an empty strategy. Avoiding being hated remains the golden rule. Deliberate incompleteness is elegant, not theatrical. He explains it practically. Instead of recounting all your financial plans, simply say that you are structuring something new. Instead of detailing every personal change, let them perceive it through the results. Calculated use of force is acting more than talking. Your own loyal armies are built with consistency, not promises. Constant adaptability means adjusting your communication according to the context. A professional environment demands one measure, a personal environment another. Machiavelli never confused silence with weakness. He saw silence as a tool. Politics, guided by reality, not by ideals, teaches that the world tests those who talk too much. The end justifies the means when the means is to preserve strategic advantage. Virtù and fortuna accompany those who know that the game is not about revealing everything. It's about revealing it at the right time. Ultimately, the Borgia principle is about inner control. It's not about hiding who you are. It's about choosing when to show it. Better to be feared than loved here translates to being respected for depth, not for exposure. Avoiding being hated maintains an elegant demeanor. Decisions based on real human nature show that those who are completely predictable become disposable. Calculated use of force is about managing presence and absence. Your own loyal armies begin with self-awareness. Constant adaptability allows you to adjust the level of mystery without losing authenticity. Machiavelli knew that power lies not only in what you do, but in what others imagine you can do, and imagination thrives in the space of the unspoken. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, reveals that the human brain fixates on what hasn't been completed, and when someone can't fully decipher you, they keep thinking. But there's something even deeper than controlling revelation, something that redefines your entire demeanor, and that begins when necessity disappears from your language. He realizes something almost no one admits. Begging is a biological gesture of submission. It's not an opinion, it's primitive body language. When someone desperately asks for attention, approval, or presence, the body betrays them before words. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that posture communicates more than discourse. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. Power is sustained perception. Better to be feared than loved here doesn't speak of literal fear, but of silent respect. Those who ask for nothing transmit abundance, and psychological abundance imposes value. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild one's self-image. Virtù and fortuna favor those who don't chase after them, those who choose. Your own loyal armies begin within your own mind. Emotional discipline is inner sovereignty. Calculated use of force can simply mean keeping your chin up when instinct wants to over-explain. Constant adaptability means adjusting your tone, not losing your focus. Decisions based on real human nature show that excessive need reduces attraction. And when someone is self-sufficient, something in the environment reorganizes itself. He often explains this with a simple change in language. Instead of saying, "I need you," say, "I prefer you." It seems like a detail, but the difference is seismic. Need generates pressure, preference generates choice. Avoiding being hated remains essential. Arrogance repels, but self-sufficiency attracts. The appearance of virtue does not replace a firm stance. Machiavelli knew that those who depend too much lose negotiating power. Politics guided by reality, not by ideals, shows that those who beg are rarely respected. The end justifies the means when the means is to recover dignity. Virtù and fortuna walk with those who maintain silence in moments of tension. He suggests a practical exercise. During a difficult conversation, speak less than your impulse dictates. Listen, breathe, respond with calm firmness. Calculated use of force is responding, not reacting. Your own loyal armies are built when you control your own impulses. Constant adaptability is learning to leave a table before you lose value. Decisions based on real human nature reveal that those who withdraw at the right moment increase their weight. There's also a financial dimension to all of this. Those who accept any offer convey desperation. Those who negotiate calmly convey value. Machiavelli spoke of preserving position before seeking expansion. Better to be feared than loved in this context is to be respected within clear limits. The end justifies the means when the means is protecting your standard. He advises something concrete. Define non-negotiable minimum criteria: salary, respect, reciprocity. Write them down. Don't negotiate with yourself before negotiating with the world. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that low standards attract low treatment. Virtù and fortuna favor those who know how to wait. Your own loyal armies mean building sufficient income, skills, and independence to not accept crumbs. Calculated use of force is knowing how to say no without over-justifying. Constant adaptability allows you to change strategy without losing your identity. Decisions based on real human nature show that those who don't accept just anything become rare, and rarity generates respect. He also talks about emotional energy. The posture of kings is not arrogant, it is stable. An appearance of virtue can feign confidence, but inner stability is non-negotiable. Avoiding being hated means acting with elegant firmness, not with cruel coldness. Machiavelli never advocated impulsiveness, he advocated calculation. Politics guided by reality, not by ideals, reveals that people test those who are insecure. Better to be feared than loved, in this sense, is not to be easily manipulated. The end justifies the means when the means is to protect your integrity. Virtù and fortuna accompany those who maintain consistency. He suggests something practical. Practice daily micro-discomforts. Go to the gym even if you don't feel like it. Read for 20 minutes a day. The Prince, the 48 Laws of Power. Think and grow rich. Small victories build posture. Your own loyal armies are repeated habits. Calculated use of force is acting even when no one is watching. Constant adaptability is adjusting the plan without abandoning discipline. Decisions based on real human nature show that visible trust is born from invisible discipline. Ultimately, the posture of kings is one of absence of desperation. It's about entering any environment knowing you are self-sufficient. Better to be feared than loved here means being respected through consistency. Avoiding hatred maintains strategic elegance. Machiavelli knew that true power doesn't shout, it weighs heavily. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild your identity. Virtù and fortuna walk with those who don't beg for space. Your own loyal armies begin with inner mastery. Calculated use of force means speaking when necessary and remaining silent when strategic. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that posture redefines treatment. Constant adaptability ensures flexibility without submission. Decisions based on real human nature confirm that those who are self-sufficient never need to chase after anything. And when you stop chasing, something curious happens. People start moving in your direction. But there's an even deeper detail that sustains all of this, something that transforms respect into perceived value, and it involves friction. He says something almost no one likes to hear: what is too easy loses value. It's not malice, it's basic psychology. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, reveals that effort increases the perception of merit. The famous Aronson and Mills experiment showed that the greater the effort to join a group, the greater the attachment to the group. Machiavelli understood this intuitively. Power is not given freely. Better to be feared than loved, in this context, means not being trivially accessible. The end justifies the means when the means is to preserve one's standard. Virtù and fortuna favor those who do not lower their own price to please. Loyal armies are built with clear criteria, not with wide open doors. Calculated use of force here means establishing filters. Constant adaptability means adjusting these filters according to the environment, but never eliminating them out of necessity. Decisions based on real human nature show that what requires energy generates commitment, and commitment generates respect. Those who don't need to make an effort don't develop attachment, and without attachment, you become a disposable option. He explains this with a simple, everyday example. Imagine two job openings. One anyone can get, the other requires a technical test, a rigorous interview, and a practical exam. Which one generates more pride in the applicant? Which one is more valued internally? The answer is obvious. The appearance of virtue might suggest that everything should be easy and inclusive, but the real world rewards competence. Avoiding being hated remains the rule. It's not about creating artificial obstacles. It's about maintaining a legitimate standard. Machiavelli spoke of the calculated use of force, and here force is your criterion. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that those who accept everything communicate that they have no alternative. The end justifies the means when the means is to protect your energy. Virtù and Fortuna walk with those who carefully select their alliances. He suggests something practical. Stop accepting any invitation, any partnership, any conversation. Create a minimum criterion. Your own loyal armies are composed of few but solid members. Constant adaptability means adjusting the level of access according to the context. Decisions based on real human nature show that selectivity increases perceived value. There is also emotional friction. When you say yes to everything, you eliminate the tension that creates respect. Better to be feared than loved here means not being predictably available. The end justifies the means when the means is teaching people how they should treat you. He advises something direct. Don't negotiate your basic principles to avoid discomfort. If someone crosses a line, signal with firm calmness. Calculated use of force is a firm stance without explosion. Avoiding being hated means acting with elegance, not hostility. Machiavelli never confused firmness with brutality. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, shows that clear limits reduce abuses. Virtù and Fortuna favor those who maintain consistency under pressure. Your own loyal armies are strengthened when you demonstrate consistency. Constant adaptability allows you to adjust your tone without sacrificing your essence. Decisions based on real human nature confirm that those who impose standards are treated as the standard, and those who impose nothing accept anything. He also talks about productive friction in personal development. If you want to become scarce, you need to build something that few do. Regular gym time, strategic reading, selective networking, disciplined investment. It's not glamour, it's repetition. The appearance of virtue doesn't replace real construction. Better to be feared than loved can be translated here as be respected for your competence. The end justifies the means when the means is daily discipline. Machiavelli understood that virtù and fortuna favor those who prepare before the opportunity. Politics guided by reality, not by ideals, shows that talent without effort is underestimated. He suggests concrete action. Choose a difficult and rare skill, advanced oratory, negotiation, financial analysis, programming, and dedicate 1 hour a day for 6 months. Your own loyal armies are consistent habits. Calculated use of force is maintaining routine, even when no one is watching. Constant adaptability is adjusting method, not abandoning practice. Decisions based on real human nature reveal that competence creates automatic respect, and automatic respect eliminates the need to beg. Ultimately, the doctrine of calculated attrition is about dignity. It's not about creating artificial obstacles, it's about maintaining a real standard. Better to be feared than loved here means being respected for firmness. Avoiding being hated maintains strategic balance. Machiavelli knew that power without criteria becomes chaos. The end justifies the means when the means are protecting one's value. Virtù and Fortuna walk hand in hand with those who uphold limits. Your own loyal armies begin with self-respect. Calculated use of force is knowing when to close the door. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that effort creates bonds. Constant adaptability allows for recalibrating standards without betraying oneself. Decisions based on real human nature show that legitimate attrition builds perceived value. But there is something even deeper than scarcity, mystery, and limits. Something that, if fractured, invalidates all previous strategies. Because no technique sustains someone who betrays themselves from within. He's going to be direct now, almost uncomfortable. You can master scarcity, mystery, and posture. But if you keep betraying yourself, nothing will hold. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, begins within you. Every yes when your instinct says no creates an internal microfracture. Small, almost invisible, but cumulative. Machiavelli spoke of external power, but he knew that without internal control, there is no real dominion. Better to be feared than loved here means something even deeper. Better to be true to yourself than loved by an edited version. The end justifies the means when the means is to preserve your psychological integrity. Virtù and fortuna favor those who maintain internal coherence. Your own loyal armies begin with your own mind trusting you. Calculated use of force is saying no even when there is a risk of displeasing. Avoiding being hated remains strategic, but pleasing everyone is self-sabotage. Constant adaptability is not about molding yourself to fit in. It's about adjusting strategy without abandoning essence. Decisions based on real human nature show that external trust is born from internal fidelity. And when you betray yourself repeatedly, your composure weakens even if you pretend to be firm. He explains it practically. Imagine someone who knows they don't want a relationship but accepts it to avoid being alone, or someone who accepts a salary below their worth for fear of missing an opportunity. Or worse, someone who laughs at a joke that disrespects them just to keep the group comfortable. Each of these decisions seems small, but their sum corrodes identity. An appearance of virtue can mask insecurity for a while, but the body knows when you've given in. Machiavelli understood that the calculated use of force includes knowing when to withdraw. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that the world tests those who lack clear boundaries. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild your emotional backbone. Virtù and fortuna walk with those who honor their own inner word. Your own loyal armies are principles you don't negotiate. Constant adaptability means adjusting your approach, not betraying your values. Decisions based on real human nature show that those who respect themselves naturally command respect. He suggests a simple yet powerful exercise. For 30 days, observe each time you feel discomfort after saying yes. Write it down. Ask yourself, did I really want this, or did I fear rejection? Better to be feared than loved. Here means accepting that some people may distance themselves when you set boundaries. Avoiding being hated remains wise, but not at the cost of your identity. The end justifies the means, when the means are to strengthen your inner core. Machiavelli never advocated emotional submission. He advocated strategic lucidity. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, shows that constantly trying to please leads to progressive devaluation. Virtù and fortuna favor those who endure the initial discomfort of saying no. Your own loyal armies are composed of consistent, repeated choices. Calculated use of force means maintaining composure even under social pressure. Constant adaptability means knowing how to negotiate without diluting yourself. Decisions based on real human nature reveal that silent integrity weighs more than high performance. Something almost invisible happens when you stop betraying yourself. Your body language changes, your tone of voice stabilizes, your gaze sustains contact. An appearance of virtue is no longer necessary because consistency generates natural authority. Better to be feared than loved comes to mean, I am not manipulable. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild a solid identity. Machiavelli knew that power is not shouting, it's gravity. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, teaches that those who respect themselves rarely need to impose respect verbally. Virtù and fortuna walk with those who uphold difficult decisions. Your own loyal armies are strengthened when you trust yourself. Calculated use of force is maintaining firmness without aggression. Avoiding being hated remains prudent, but not at the cost of your own dignity. Constant adaptability allows you to evolve without fragmenting. Decisions based on real human nature show that consistent authenticity is magnetic. Ultimately, everything converges on this. Scarcity without integrity becomes cheap trickery. Mystery without identity becomes theater. Friction without coherence becomes arrogance. Machiavelli spoke of virtù, the capacity to act firmly in the face of chaos. Politics guided by reality, not ideals, begins with inner clarity. Better to be feared than loved is irrelevant if you don't respect yourself. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild who you are from the inside out. Virtù and fortuna favor those who master their own needs. Your own loyal armies are your non-negotiable values. The calculated use of force is choosing yourself when no one is watching. Avoiding being hated maintains balance, but never replaces identity. Constant adaptability guarantees evolution without fragmentation. Decisions based on real human nature confirm that true power is not posture, it's coherence. And when coherence becomes your axis, everything changes, not through external effort, but because your presence begins to carry weight. Now let me ask you a direct question. Are you valuing yourself more than you think you should? Or are you undervaluing yourself? How many times have you chased after someone who never chased after you? How many times have you over-explained, over-justified, diminished yourself to fit in? And deep down you knew, your instincts warned you, but you ignored them. Politics guided by reality, not by ideals, teaches a harsh lesson. The world does not respect those who give themselves over without discernment. Machiavelli never advocated gratuitous cruelty. He advocated lucidity. It's better to be feared than loved, which means being respected for your demeanor, not your neediness. Avoiding being hated remains strategic, but trying to please everyone is a slow way to disappear. Virtue and fortune favor those who master their own needs. The end justifies the means when the means is to rebuild one's identity. The calculated use of force can simply mean saying no calmly. Your own loyal armies begin within you. Your habits, your boundaries, your discipline. Constant adaptability means evolving without betraying yourself. Decisions based on real human nature show that those who are self-sufficient never need to beg for space. So I ask you, are you going to keep chasing after something, or are you going to start building something that makes people run towards you? Will you continue to distribute your attention as if it were infinite, or will you transform it into a rare commodity? Will you continue saying yes out of fear, or will you uphold your standard even if it costs you initial discomfort? If this content resonated with you, don't let it become just another video you watch. Apply it, test it, observe what changes. And if you want to continue learning how to master your presence, your posture, and your influence in the real world, subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Because here, we don't talk about pretty theories, we're talking about applied strategy.